I played that one because Kaylee is feeding mice. And so I thought a little girl feeding goats would match the energy.
I thought her little serious face was so precious.
It is very concerned that making sure everything got right. But she was playing favorites. So did you notice that? I didn't like that part. So it's very good to see everybody. Nice to see you, Kaylee. I've got Carl, who got the cookie today. Whoop, whoop. And Carl, I have your question starred. Mickey, it's good to see you, sweetheart. Kimby, as always. Wonderful. Bora Bora, thanks for being here. I had a troll the other day. I had to get rid of him myself. It's scary. I'm glad you're here. Protect us. CJ, thank you. I've got your question starred. And thank you for being a member, CJ. I've got Kimby again, starred. Carl. Emily, it's good to see you. If you have a question, please type it in caps. I'd really appreciate that. And I see here that Denise Fletcher's Tarot is here. Just stopped in to say hi. I'm working on my business plan, LOL. You guys are much more fun, though. Of course we are. But I'm glad that you're taking that business seriously. Bravo, bravo. You're very good. SR, good to see you. Michelle, Crochet 50, good to see you too. And Amanda Carroll, let's see. Ness, I see you have a question. I am going to star it. Water Lily, good to see you, sweetheart. And Emily, you did write a question. Got it. Thanks for writing it all in caps. Whew. Craig, I've got yours too. Oh, yes, I saw that. Thank you very much. I saw it flashing. SR just donated some little breadcrumbs for me. Thank you very much. It's not more than breadcrumbs. Believe me, I haven't been working my day job lately, so every nickel helps. Thank you very much. I've got you, SR. And I think I caught everybody. So before we start the readings, I'm going to go ahead and give you a list of who's on the agenda.
Okay.
But first, I want to talk to you. I don't know why I'm so colorful. It looks like I'm like a Vietnamese wedding. I've got so much color around me. Even my earrings are kind of cray-cray. And here you're in regular color, and I'm like a cartoon next to you. So I don't know how that works.
I'm not in regular color. I'm in like color changing, where I am sort of.
We offer a variety of experiences here at Grow Your Light. Oh my gosh. So how are you? And tell us about those little beings that you're getting up every 2 hours to feed.
I am tired, a little sleepy. I have to acknowledge I don't actually want to remember if they have to eat every 2 hours, but I just thought they did. So I keep on doing it because they're little. They can't have that much all at once. And I keep thinking the mouse mama is probably, one who would run back and forth real fast. Yeah. And I don't even know. I mean, I'm not a mouse mama, but
you are now.
They're so cute. They're like little, I don't know if I'd be able to show a cell phone video at even a little bit on here, probably not. But they look like little naked puppies.
Like with no eyes. They can't see. Yeah. They're very little. Oh my, let me get out of here.
Well, there it is. So that's a little mouse baby trying to figure out life. And that's a human trying to figure out how to keep a little baby mouse alive. And that's what that is.
So little.
Oh, I'm calling them Ren and Stimpy for now.
You're what?
I'm calling them Ren and Stimpy. Friend suggested it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. You get it. See, and how she came across these is that she has a have a heart trap for the mice. And so she caught one and then she gave birth in the, in the trap. But instead of keeping them together and
Mama Ren.
opening up the trap inside a container.
Mama went for a pack of cigarettes and never came back.
Never came back. So I'm happy for you because I got to syringe feed a parrot and our little.
That is so cute.
Yeah. So that was really neat. And it did survive, except had a terrible end because of it. There was a bird on bird thing.
Now, I did just get a donation from, I got to make sure I know who it is on here. Hold on, let me see if the name is on here.
Oh, it looks like we have a bunch of donations.
Well, this is helpful. Bless y'all.
Hey, thank you.
And I don't want to go spilling someone's real life name if they don't want it known.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Let me see
who it is to read. Do you know
I should know who it is. That's my point. I should know who it is. I know this name.
Well, go ahead and text her. Please text or email or whatever Kaylee directly to say who that is, because you got to get. Oh, look at Amanda. Little micey in her.
I can't wait till they have hair. I think they'll be a little bit cute. And then after that, I got to figure out how to release them. I don't have a reason to have, what am I going to do with them? So
you just Google. You Google
water lily. It's water lily. Bless you. Okay. Thank you for letting us know. Yes, I have to Google a lot. Eventually, I seem to be keeping them alive and well enough as is, so maybe I shouldn't. But updates to follow.
I got Monica here. I've got. It's good to see you. BD, very good to see you, dear. And you have a question. Awesome. Oops, I got to star you. And she says, much love. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No worries. We'll get to you, Sue. She says, money is tight. I understand. You've been generous before. God bless you. It's a wild world we live in.
Denise is saying, keep them in a cage. You know what, Denise? I was thinking of locating, maybe a hamster container thing with a wheel.
Tupperware.
Well, right now they're in Tupperware.
I mean, crate.
A hot water bottle. Yeah, I think about it and I realize they're nocturnal. These are the kind that have big eyes and they come out at night. I could just picture them running on a hamster wheel all night long. All night long. Me being like, I have to do things.
Yeah, right. Water lily. Let me see here, dear.
Anyone know what the animal message is for mouse? Anybody know that stuff?
Oh gosh. So I've got Craig. Thank you, Craig. Christine. Thank you, CJ and Kim B. And she says, kind of like my mind. Okay, Diamond, I've got you.
Oh, the Lenormand says mice equals gossip.
Yeah.
I wonder if that means
I've been doing that already.
Maybe I need to start gossiping.
That's right.
Wait a minute. It also means loss. Oh.
Yeah, because they nibble them. And that's why it's. Yeah. And in the Lenormand, it's that because they nibble away at things and take things away.
And Craig is reminding us that St. Francis was the patron saint of animals. I love that. I believe in St. Francis having a really, really nice purpose about these mice. And it really could be truly this. I kind of keep in my heart, I had been getting quite angry about mice for a while because, you know, I'd hear them at night. And I'd be like, go in the trap, go in the trap. And they were really smart. These are the mice of Nem. They would figure out how to take the little peanut butter tray out of the trap and just eat the peanut butter and flip the trap over, bust out of it. I mean, they're really smart. So I was getting angry and I was actually saying the HATE word about mice. And then when you start, you know, having to feed little babies and all that, then you don't hate them anymore.
I know. I know. They're always cute. Now, Water Lily, you your donation came in real quick, so I'm just going to grab your question and get going because we've got quite a few. But before I do that, I would like to say I'm going to go through all of the donations first, so you'll definitely get a reading. Then I'm going to go through the members, the people who are members. For thank you for the support. I want to support you back. You get the next one round, and then we'll go with the others. I know doesn't seem fair that about giving money and getting the top line and all that stuff, but it just helps because if I can't get to everybody, I don't know if you've noticed that Kaylee's quite popular. So we do have plenty starred here. So I'm going to tell you who it is. It's Carl, Sue J, Kim B, Ness. And now remember, if you don't hear your name, you got to retype your question. So Ness, Emily, Lawrence, so Craig, SR, Amanda, Mickey, Michelle Crochet, Liz and Ah, Kim B gave us a donation. Sue Toffee is here. I got your question. Monica K, BD, Diamond. So if you put a question in and I didn't call your name, please put it in again. So we should, without further ado, I'm going to find Water Lily's.
Mickey has a beautiful message right there. Isn't it kind of odd that just when you say you hate something, the universe brings that for you to reevaluate?
That's profound, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That is profound. God bless. So I am not seeing am I not seeing Water Lily's question? Can you look?
I am looking.
Water Lily, I don't have your question. Why? Starred.
No question. Just wanted to say thank you to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's so sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, well then we'll go right to, who's the first one? Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Starred. So we'll go to Craig first. Wait, do you see this? Says Claire, don't be stingy, tip him, Craig. Craig, honey.
Thanks, Clara.
Clara. You're always fun. So it says, hi, Debra, Kaylee. I had some more dreams. I was a director filming a scene with William Powell and Hedy Lamarr. What does this mean? Thanks. It seems to be in 1938.
Wow, that is so specific. I like it.
Okay.
I thank the Holy Spirit. I will mention that right as I was looking at the question, I was almost trying to analyze, and I got, don't think about it. Don't think about it. So I'm going to not think about it. And I'm going to thank the Holy Spirit. I will begin with, I noticed I'm seeing like a film reel, and it's got those little things along the edge that used to help pull it through maybe they still exist, used to help pull it through the projector. And I'm seeing that literally with the little frames. And it does seem like an old movie, and it's really neat to watch. And then now I'm seeing somebody who might be Clara, who looks like she is actually winding this up onto a film reel. She's looking very, very happy. There's like a big smile on her face. What is it that we're wanting to show? I'm projecting a story that you can understand you lived. You have to live it the way that you experienced it then, never, never, never. It just happens to be a noticeable influence on your behavior, your experience, your life. If you want to have a feeling about it, allow yourself to tap into where you actually concern yourself about a little detail that is feeling like it's all important and it's not as important as it really seems to feel like it is. Think of it as this perhaps little small thing that's been an irritant is actually not irritating much again, and feel as though it belongs to a past life, a personality that you weren't enjoying that one thing so much that it boiled over like hate flowing through time, through centuries she's giving, but I don't know why. And I would like to address this a little bit like I actually understand something. If I am given, I'm not to understand it. All right. I thank the Holy Spirit. We have a little less to say about this till you realize what that irritant is. If you see what that irritant is already, go ahead and volunteer that. And in black and white chart picture, recognize them immediately. Bill was in a tux, Hetty was in a white gown, but Clara is more attractive, a gorgeous stack of pancakes. Clara, you doll. Oh man, she's got herself a good fellow right there. All right, I thank the Holy Spirit. We are also looking at this a little bit less than you think right now. The point is, it is okay to recognize and acknowledge where you have had some experiences in your past, in your history, that are carried over to today. There are some that are attractive, that are light, and there are some that feel as if they're tied to something that displeases us. For some reason, we're giving her rolling up the film onto the reel. It had to do with, okay, we've seen it, and now we're rewinding it and we're putting it back. Let me make sure I'm seeing this correctly. She's shaking her head. We're not putting it on a shelf. She's pulling it out again. She wants to analyze one frame. I'm seeing a frame. I'm seeing a man in a suit. There's a woman who may be her, or I think it's her, standing nearby him. She's having some kind of dialogue with him, entreating him about something. I see flowers in the background. She's feeling as though she wants a little bit of a show. Oh, from me? What am I to do? She says show a little bit better. Okay. She's here. He's here. He's showing up as taller in this image. She's giving him a feel. Her hand is on his arm. She's touching his arm. She's kind of like, I'm entreating you. I'm entreating you. She's having a reason to acknowledge it has to do with an adjustment today that has a relationship to a critical experience from the past. Ooh, and then I got an image of something like some kind of crash. I want to say it's like an automobile. I don't even know when automobiles came out, but there's some kind of crash, and she's showing it like horror, horror, and she's really allowing me to see it a little bit more clearly now. Oh, she's like, wow, sad end to something that was actually feeling really good. We want to let go of a concept of a sad end. We want to let go of a feeling like we're letting an enjoyable expertise be let go of. We're wanting to enable ourselves to see a little better, more clearly, that we can go to where we're enjoying our experience, we're enjoying our life, we're celebrating and savoring, and we are not going to have that hard end feeling. And she hopes it's okay to address it a little bit lightly. You won't want to think of it like there's a hard understanding in this. It is a good idea to just get it that a little piece of our heart has let go of an idea that we once held very sacred, special. We let go of it because we let go of our life there. We want to remember our life there becoming something that we really, 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 really get to savor now. And we feel as though the place to put it is actually where we live now. We just let go of the ending, the abrupt, the unhappy ending. So it's a story where you want to get back into the groove of being that party guy a little bit. Not, she said not party guy. Helping him know, tell him the truth. You won't have to let go of the creator. You won't have to let go of Clara. You won't have to let go of anything that you adore, but we want you to notice that it's fun to engage with others and notice yourself in a special place. I think we got it. I thank the Holy Spirit and Clara. Hi, Ness. Ness says 2025 is the year of confronting people and Seven of Wands standing up for myself. Message from guides on how successful or unsuccessful I will be. I thank the Holy Spirit. I'm asking now for guides who understand how and notice how this question is framed. Standing up for ourselves. You want to understand that when you determine it's imperative that you stand up for yourself, you'll succeed. It is helpful to notice that we're not asking you to determine when and where to do so. You will determine that without any question whatsoever about what is going to help you believe in the truth in your heart and trust that it's righteous to stand in the truth. You'll remember this. When you stand for the truth, you will let down no one. You will give up a gift of feeling hurt. You will give it up and you will get to move forward and move ahead and address what is really, truly, critically dear for you, imperative for you. And we want you to observe that it feels like an outlet for an idea that is carrying a whole lot of folks on a wave of scared and angry. This is like having another idea come into your heart about what to utilize your frustration with the energy surrounding all of us. You can put it to a good purpose that allows you to accomplish more doing and less being. Have in your heart, that's a word for this year. Human doing. Human being, that's okay, but human doing. And I feel like you won't really have to think of it as doubt. Trust that within that cycle of experience, we're coming around the bend to a place where we actually feel like we've done this again and again. And this time we're going to actually remember all the twists and the turns and all the little caveats that came in and kept us from feeling like we achieved our aims. So instead of going back into the cycle again, you're coming up to the top of this curve, the top of this wheel, and then let yourself go ahead and diverge from it. Head down a new path and feel like success, exciting energy is heading with you. And I thank you for your question. I thank the Holy Spirit. Hi, Christine. Christine says, can I have a reading, Holy Spirit, with property management overwhelmed? I thank the Holy Spirit. The word that came to mind right away, a burden shared is a burden halved. We let you understand, we noticed that we had an idea today that had to do with allowing a family member to become a little bit more present where we are, where we reside. I feel like how that works is something in that connection feels like it lets you off the hook for some things. And I like that we notice it feels also a little bit more like you get to feel like another burden is carried lightly. I notice that we don't feel like you have a whole lot to express when it comes to how your heart is feeling today, but we want you to notice a light is coming that helps you to lift and lift and lift. And I feel really, I'm interested in why I'm seeing this, but I'm not going to ask about why. Am I still there? There I am. I'm not going to ask about why, but I'm seeing in my mind a rainbow keeps coming across my mind. Now, to me, a rainbow relates to a promise kept. And I do feel like we have some reason to acknowledge that there's something to do, something akin to a worshipful feeling. And it has to do with trusting a spiritual guidance that brought you to where you are. Managing, I thank the Holy Spirit. The management of the properties is carefully considered and managed, masterfully done when you allow yourself to feel as though the burden is light and lighter and even lighter still, and feel like you notice what can happen. It may not have occurred to you so much just yet. Notice what can happen that allows you to see this as nobody's business how you achieve your aims, yet you achieve them. You may adjust your expectations for what you have to accomplish, the tasks that you have to accomplish, and become aware of a person who you dearly, dearly, truly dream of becoming, getting to have her day in the sun. We thank you so much. If that's unclear, I gather what I can tell you is try to see it like I want to let a change occur, and I want to allow that change to be something that I haven't anticipated just yet, but it will be a really, really auspicious idea, and it's going to change how I concern myself with living in a nice, nice way. I thank the Holy Spirit. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. We have a new message up. That took me a second. Hi, CJ. Any messages or guidance from the Holy Spirit, please and thank you. I thank the Holy Spirit. I'm asking for a message for CJ. Oh, I see a literal campfire. It's like something you'd see in a Boy Scout manual. I am seeing a campfire. Now, I'm seeing a marshmallow roasted over a campfire. Is it s'mores? It's not s'mores. All right, not a guessing game. I ask the Holy Spirit to address this more clearly than I know how. We are giving you an insight that you want to get away from the buzz for a little while. You want to allow yourself to go out to a quiet, peaceful place and give yourself an opportunity to address a spiritual requirement, a solace that you feel you need. It isn't that you need it, it's that you want it. You want it, and you'll find that you were missing it when you discover it. It was an idea that you wanted to let go of something as well. We thank you for remembering that marshmallow. I thank the Holy Spirit for not doing that part. I want you to remember it like this. I have a feeling that there is someone who I want to remember in a new way. I want to see a solitary experience that allows me to savor peace and nature and the Lord Creator. I want to allow myself to feel as though there is someone who has a purpose in visiting me in the spiritual way, in a quiet, peaceful location where I can go alone and I can have a really, really sweet experience. And I notice that I feel very, it's like this, a little kernel. It's a sad that has this beautiful, sweet feeling wrapped around it. And I noticed that the sad was present, and this happy that wraps around it nearly obliterates that sad. And I notice what else? I like it so much, I want to do it. I want to do it. So thank you for your question. And I thank the Holy Spirit. If we have any other guidance, yes, we have one last thing. Get there as soon as you can. Hi, Kimby. Kimby says, any messages for the month of March forward, please? I thank the Holy Spirit. All right, first I see a calendar. It says March. I see pulling that page back, and then we're looking at April. We're going to April. We're going to somewhere around the 7th. It's like I don't know how the days are laid out, but to me it looks like it's in the second week, but of course it's the end of the first week of April. 7 is circled. There's a star by it. There's an exclamation point. We want to get excited. We want to get excited and feel there is some reason to be looking forward, looking ahead. Let March, I thank the Holy Spirit. It's not that we drudge through March or anything, but it's like March is essentially a done deal. And how we know what that means, I don't know what that means, but it seems like it should have some sort of resonance for you. It does seem as though when we are allowing ourselves to just stay in the flow and carefully consider nothing, I can put it a little better. The feeling is, as far as March goes, you've got a belief about something to accomplish that gets accomplished. When we say it's accomplished, we say it is accomplished. And when we head into the month of April, we've got an idea about getting ahead somehow, ahead of something or something, and getting a great idea that's exciting and pleasurable and sweetly engaging and entertaining. And I don't know why it is the 7th is emphasized so much, but it is. and yearn to notice some other reason to be excited about that if you want, but we think it has something to do with a fortunate encounter with another person who has a belief about you that you want to uncover. And we also notice that we don't know why, but the month of June is being brought forward. And we're giving you that we have some sense of purpose with June becoming increasingly dear, although we don't know why. Just notice that it has a resonance of responsibility, purpose. It has a resonance of purpose. And we believe that's all we have right now for you, Kim. Thank you so much for your question. And I thank the Holy Spirit. Hi, Carl. Carl says, message from my spirit team, spokesman Woody, for guidance this week. Should I continue dealing with the Africans, or are there new opportunities coming this week that will help me pay my bills? Thank you. I thank the Holy Spirit. Concerning this, we want to notice we're looking towards the right. Now we're asking why. It is not about looking towards the right. It is about right. Right versus not right. We want to notice when we think about it, do we feel as if there is something that is right with regard to the work, the work that you're hoping to accomplish with the Africans? Is there some reason to think it is going to assist you on this, where you have the knowing that there is a purpose for the people who you're associating with? Do they come up with you on a spiritual level? Do they actually elevate your spirit interacting with them? Or does believing in their knowing pull you down? And we think of it like, if we go at it the right way, we can probably get this really clear. I thank the Holy Spirit. How people are when we relate to them for a cause that is somehow concerning in the spirit's eyes. They cause us to feel like we have less and fewer ideas and beliefs that help us than when we let go and we trust that the Holy Spirit, the Creator, and God blessed us with a new idea. Let that come forward. How the new idea can feel is, I really believe, I really trust, I really notice. I can find a little purpose that is small, but also dear to another person, to another human being. Let that little purpose be a simple service to give someone aid that they compensate, that they can give you help for. And get it in your heart and mind. It's not a creator idea, it's a belief in the Holy Spirit. There is a reason to serve. When we have a knowing that our world is on the crux of the crucible, there is a reason to notice we all want to get in line with the idea. I want to give my best. I want to give my simple heart an opportunity to step forward and shine now. I want to show people what is dear in my heart is some way to give back to God. And to give back to God is to give somebody who needs help. And when we can offer that, we will. And I thank you so much for your question. I do hope I'm clear enough. I do hope that we're clearing up a little bit of doubt. It does concern me that we are aware of it, like we could be. I thank the Holy Spirit. I think we want to do a little bit better than aligning where we think we're aligning now. I do feel as though some of the people associated with the deal that you've been addressing are of a concerning nature. I want you to allow yourself to feel like another path chosen intentionally can be a blessing in disguise initially, and then it leads to a better blessing than you ever could have asked for in the path that you've been seeking. And I thank the Holy Spirit. Hi, Leah. Leah says, may I please ask to speak with my mother's family in heaven? She's very close to passing. Do they have a message before she passes over? I thank the Holy Spirit. My smile was because my heart was so full of, it sounded like a celebration and embracing. It sounded like how we want to view it is her family is greatly approving of gathering her to them, helping her feel like she belongs, and a happy, 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 joyous celebration with them. And it felt as though they wanted to send that as a celebration of life and a celebration of the journey and the story that she has in her heart about how she's been And I want to believe that I let the Holy Spirit answer for me. He is saying something. He is someone we would call a grandfather energy. He feels as though he wants to put in your heart a trust that she will be fine. She will be so fine. She will be so well. Accomplishments are now coming to her like a dream. They're just fulfilled. Everything that she desires to accomplish is just fulfilled. And she dreams of a good idea for her daughter, and her daughter will feel an idea that comes through after her mama is in heaven. She has this feeling like the idea comes through in a dream that helps you to care about a life choice that will make your life better and better and better. And she believes she feels this pull to help her come home to where she can enable her sister in the Lord, who is you, her daughter, who is going to find a new path and a new voice and a new ability to accomplish something for herself that she never dreamed she was able to before. And her mama is saying a little bit of a feeling too, like I want her to notice that she's got a good dream. And she may not always notice it yet, but her dream is going to become an accomplishment too. And I dream that this means something for the life she is ready to depart from. We thank you so much for your question, for the dear members of her family and your family who do love her and you so well. Their feelings are like a joy. It's like a song in my heart.
What a blessing we are to be with you, and that you spent time with us during this challenging
Thank you.
moment in your life. I'm just so moved, Leah. Thank you for coming forth, and we can all put what's happening to you in our hearts, and the transition will be quite soon.
Leah says she wants to feed kids and the homeless. Bless you.
Yeah, absolutely. Say my I hate to say this, but my elderly neighbor called, and so I'm going to put up Emily's question, and then SR's is next. If I don't get it back in time, SR is next, and she wants to know, she's had a hard week and she'd like to know how P is going first. So if you could just take a moment and do that, I'll be right back.
Sure. I hope your neighbor's all right. Hi, Emily. Emily says, I've been struggling with a lot of feelings of anxiety and uncertainty lately. May I have some guidance to know if I'm on the right path or if I should make any changes? Thank you. I want to say I notice why. There's a reason I want to address something a little bit separate for just a moment, and I thank the Holy Spirit. We give you this counsel, and this goes to SR. I want you to notice and observe that we have addressed this topic a little bit more than you realize yet. As yet, I do not notice a new idea emerging. I want to scare you in no way, but allow you to recognize we accomplished a long session, and we didn't hear anything about what you actually offered. And we wanted to thank you so much for sharing your updates. We feel for you, girl, we do. But we let you understand that we don't always appreciate having a feeling that somebody is saying they're going to approve of our service, and then they let us down. So we thank you so much. And as soon as you're able, allow us to notice that you do approve of our service. And I thank you, Holy Spirit. And now I return to Emily. Emily's question. I've been struggling with a lot of feelings of anxiety and uncertainty lately. May I have some guidance to know if I'm on the right path or if I should make any changes? I thank the Holy Spirit. I see it's not a tower exactly. It's like kind of looks like a light post, but majorly big. Majorly big. It goes way up in the sky. I feel like I have to thank the Holy Spirit a little bit more clearly. Holy Spirit, I ask you, do we give a blessing with this message? You want to give the idea now. Holy Spirit is only giving the answer now for Emily. The reason we're anticipating a response is we're looking for an answer to your question, and we're looking at a little bit of the wrong place. We need to allow ourselves to process this in a special way that I like to use with somebody when I notice that they're at a place where they want to consider a change in course. And I want to give you an opportunity to answer if you would have an interest in an astrology reading, Emily, because I noticed that what I'm feeling is something to do, it's akin to a Saturn energy. And it's along the lines of I need to make a course correction because of something that feels like I'm combating a real world mess that I want to make use of in a new way. And the light is coming in. You need to, if you can provide, I thank the Holy Spirit, if you can provide your birth information, we can also do this outside of the scope of this session if you had any interest in addressing it outside. But if you can provide your birth information, we can take a quick look and see what jumps forward. And I am calculating a chart. Oh, perfect. You've got the time too. And can you share the location as well, Emily? 24. Sorry, I'm having to hop between screens. 11:06. Hawaii, huh? Alrighty. Okay, it looks like that's in Maui, if I have it correct, and I sure hope I do. All right. Yeah. We have a really, really, really big opportunity for change on the horizon, Emily. It's sort of time to start getting a little bit of a concept of what your deepest heart desire is. And we do notice that this is something where the transformation ability is profound. It is really profound. Let me get a little bit of a scope here for our time frame. I think you're sensing it on the horizon. It is still a little ways out before it starts becoming imperative, but you're definitely starting to engage with the idea of strengthening a purpose. And I mean a pretty significant purpose in this year ahead. Now, I want to admit, I didn't anticipate we would have the birth time, so I wasn't even thinking about taking into account the houses. You have a really, really strongly a strong placement for Saturn. Saturn is in his home house, the 10th house, and he's having an opportunity there to wake up to the realization that there is a part of your life where you have got to shine. I want to understand if you've ever let yourself consider, I'm ready to begin showing something more about who I am capable of being. And it has to do with almost maybe even considering being in the public eye. And I do notice that this is something that could cause a little shyness or a little bit of reservation, but you have got a real opportunity. And I thank the Holy Spirit. The crisis feeling is over. It really, really comes down to this. You get to create for yourself a mindset of who I want to be is who I am becoming. I don't necessarily have to have who I am handed to me. I have it that I'm going to uncover this person, and I'm beginning that uncovering in a very significant way in the few months ahead. This is a kind of big deal. It's one of the most imperative energies that we experience throughout our lives. It involves a transformation. It involves something akin to a rebirth, and almost engage with it a little bit like you're anticipating being the phoenix this year. Do you want to know? The direct answer to your question would be you're going to be likely shifting your path, but it's likely to be becoming more attuned to who you truly are, more aware of how you feel and what you accomplish being very, very important to you. And understanding and noticing that it's okay to feel like a very safe person while also engaging with a public role. It's something to consider. If you've ever, I thank the Holy Spirit. I think there is some reason to concern yourself a little bit with what people can say about how soon we start to see younger people, such as Emily, stepping forward and taking the reins of authority. I feel like that's kind of an important cause. And I noticed that aligning with your heart, being on board with making some change occur, is something you may want to really, really have forefront in your focus. And I'll allow you to know too, I feel as though there is a little reservation to trusting that it's appropriate for you to use your drive and your ambition. I feel like there may have been kind of a crisis earlier in your life that caused you to maybe not trust that your assertiveness is as valuable as it is. But my goodness, you've got a healer who drives forward inside of you. I've got a snoring puppy too. Drives forward inside of you, heading in a direction of making the world a more harmoniously aligned and truthful place. And I really thank you for seeing yourself in a role that you maybe haven't anticipated yet, where you're actually doing some things to really, really change how people are experiencing this life. I see that, and I notice where it originates is not really beyond your ability to fathom. It's also not beyond your ability to fathom that it is not righteous for you to be in a place where you can't trust yourself. There's a reason it happened, and there's a reason you can make it go away. And that struggle that you have engaged with in your life to allow yourself to begin to trust yourself, it's going to prove fruitful, it's going to prove worthy, and it'll allow you to do a whole lot of good. Some struggles are important, and this is one that has been very important, and it remains important, and become aware of how to accomplish the culmination of that, and become aware of how soon you get to head out and make a difference in this world, a shining bright difference in this world. I thank the Holy Spirit. Emily is asking really quick, where do I begin? I'm going to acknowledge it is in this year ahead, you're going to start to embrace something that you care about very much. It is something that is not really a struggle to allow yourself to believe in. Social cause, social justice. It's maybe something that's been somewhat unseen or overlooked, that you want to allow yourself to maybe take an interest in helping to resolve for other people. I care about this enough to tell you that I feel like you're going to discover it without having anybody direct you to it. I think you're going to find it, and it's going to be as simple as, I believe in this purpose and I'm going to fulfill it. Hello, SR. I thank the Holy Spirit. We do feel as though we addressed you about this, and I do notice that you have a lot going on in your mind and in your heart about him. Why not allow yourself to focus in the places in your heart where there's someone needing you right now, who is needing you more desperately than you can understand, and allow yourself to feel as if that is the place I want to be. I want to go to where I am so valuable and so valued that I can change someone's entire experience simply by adjusting my expectations of what is a right home for us. And thank you so much for being present. I know it's always a little bit challenging to figure out how to handle these emotions. I really do understand. And trust me, I've been there. I think many of us have. I thank you. I thank the Holy Spirit. Hello, Amanda. Amanda says, I would love a message from the Holy Spirit. I need assistance in revamping my job search. I thank the Holy Spirit. Being told to come up a little bit more. All right, now I'm seeing it as if literally we're sitting on a cloud. We're surveying a world underneath the clouds. It's like we're seeing the clouds rather than seeing what's available in the world. We want to let ourselves enjoy parting the clouds and looking down. Seems to be like we're setting our expectations a little bit on the upper level, upper higher plane. We want to let ourselves feel a little bit simpler in the meanwhile. We do notice that we do climb right back up after a little time, but we want to let ourselves start to seem like we're letting our expectations be somewhat lower. We're not really reducing our expectations. What we're doing is planning. We're planning to allow ourselves to come right to where we really most want to be. But where we are right now, it's going to be a little bit challenging to get to that place, that plateau, which is a nice place to be. It'll be a little bit hard to get there without it being that we go a little bit lower down than we were kind of looking for in order to rapidly ascend. So feel like what I really want to address is take a breather for just a brief time. Let yourself evaluate, what can I get accomplished that I can kind of like. I can kind of feel like it maybe isn't the biggest deal in the world or the biggest deal in my mind, but it is something that I can kind of like. I can even enjoy accomplishing. And then I feel like this exercise of trust that this is my path to ascend is what I really want to focus on next. So finding just a little niche sort of place, energy, that you want to allow yourself to savor a smaller experience, a smaller feeling experience, is the pathway to actually coming right up to that really elevated position that we're wanting in truth. So I thank you so much for your question, and I thank everyone who is helping. I feel like there's someone who's like feeling like an aunt or something, who is feeling actually personally, they care a lot about you, and they feel as though they really want to press this little bit less a little bit less high. The words are, let's go down in order to come up in a much happier, more secure, more foundation built way. And you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it and savor the experience ahead. And I thank the Holy Spirit too. Hi, Mickey. Mickey says, I am interested in anything the Holy Spirit has for me to know. I thank the Holy Spirit. I do see snow, like literally snow. I thank the Holy Spirit. I don't know why, but right now I am literally seeing a snowscape, and then I'm seeing the name Kaylee over here, like in diagonal on the snowscape, and I need to get Kaylee out of the picture. I thank the Holy Spirit. I am a little confused by what I'm coming across here. I see a canine who looks almost like a Dalmatian, who is having a reason to kind of come forward and playfully address. He says, I'm a spirit guide. I'm an animal guide. I would like to notice a little feeling of pleasure and feeling like frolicking in the outdoors in a feeling way, with the concept of trusting that this path that we're heading towards is actually going to be the very, very best path for us. We trust that this has a little to accomplish for you, so we want to ask this guide to remember that we are asking in the Holy Spirit. He's giving that he's chasing his tail, and he's representing it almost like we're chasing our tail. We want to notice that the best idea is to actually step away from our concerns for a brief while. We want to step away from where we're hurting, where we're frightened, where we're concerned about other people. We want to let ourselves remember that those cares and concerns can be rested even a little bit, to let ourselves enjoy something in a childlike, fruitious way. We want to notice that this feels akin to coming to a place of trust, that I know I can't make all the things I am scared about, all the fears and all the worries just disappear. But what I can do is have a shelf in my mind and in my heart where I can actually set something on a shelf and then go enjoy the outside, enjoy the space in my mind and heart that is clear and clean and has no worries at all. And I can feel like this is a solid way to experience the life that I have, where I feel like I never abandon these things. They are kept safe. The people, the persons that I'm concerned about, they're kept safe, and they're well kept. They're organized. I know right where they are and how to help. But I also realize that there are times when it's rest time between that. So when I get that rest time, I embrace it. I embrace it with, let's see what cares I can concern myself with less for 5 minutes of breathing, for a little bit longer than that, for a little while seeing what causes me to question nothing and allows me to trust that the Holy Spirit is driving this life. And I noticed that another concept that we all want to embrace is never question that the Holy Spirit is the winner. The Holy Spirit is always the winner. So trust in your heart that you have a purpose and allowing yourself to take a little breather, maybe as long a breather as you really require, and trust that the struggle for those you care about, it is well worth having, and we will also have assistance. I thank the Holy Spirit. Thank you for your question. Hi, Michelle. Michelle says, is it possible to get a message from my son? Is that Michael or Michelle? I thank the Holy Spirit. I'm aligning to a feeling of openness and trust. I'm seeing hands coming around your heart. Yes, I thank the Holy Spirit. I'm seeing hands that they're drawing something around your heart. I've observed this maybe before. I feel like I've seen this before. It feels like a spiritual presence. I think it is him who's wanting to first of all surround your heart with light to help. And it's to keep the heart from hurting, to keep it from aching. Now I see he's knocking on it. He's knocking on the feeling. He said it's like me without the E. Okay, Michelle. Cool. He's got this boundary around your heart to keep it safe and snug. He's actually tapping as if he wants to make sure it's very, very secure. And he seems satisfied that it's very, very secure. And he wants to feel what he can say. You will feel like I am as present as if I am right there in the room with you. You want to remember that I know you like I know my own self. And I have a feeling like I can give you a hand, believing in me, trusting I am here in a good way. I have a faith that I had not lacked for, but I lost for a minute. I went my own way. I wanted you to see me like I have always been seen, and yet at the same time notice that I have a light and a sweetness and a solace that I cared less for before. I want you to concern yourself not on those words. Thank the Holy Spirit. Have a fear no more about where you get to come. You feel safe and trusting. You are looked after like you never ever believed all the way. It is not that you doubted, it is that you didn't trust it with all your heart to feel like you could fling yourself into a new idea with trust and faith that it's not going to hurt at all. You want to let go of any doubt and trust that you can create an idea for yourself that comes from a new foundation of belief. And it is a trust that belongs to the holiest of holy. And give yourself a hand believing and feeling that you have a son who God is blessing with an answer for you. Do not doubt in yourself. Do not doubt in the truth. Trust the answer is you have a reason to believe, and your helping others is going to lift you up even more than you deserved before. You will see in your heart and eye that this is actually going to help you become exactly who you dreamed of becoming all your days. And you can care a lot about how soon you get to feel this being in this year. It is coming ahead really, really fast. You don't have to doubt or question anyone who asks you, do you have the faith in the Holy Spirit in you? You will see it, you will believe it, you will feel it. It happens to be a becoming that becomes clearer and clearer as you get closer to it. It's a notice of a new state of being, a new state of awareness. And an angelic energy is passing by and saying it will come to you. And it will give you an idea that you do not yet possess. And you will care a whole lot about coming clearer about something that you meant to do, that you let go of, and not let go of, that you just didn't get around to yet. And we'll let you know that we don't know how much of that was a clear idea or understanding from Michelle, but we do get that there's some feeling towards you that he wanted to give you first. I am protecting your heart. And then he wanted you to notice that there's a feeling of a good idea yet to be occurring, which has to do with giving others something that you want to give them because it becomes who you really wanted to be. And I believe in my heart, he celebrates you. He celebrates your coming home, and he celebrates it like he knows what it's going to be like for you. And he gives you a hand feeling like the remaining stretch of your years is about getting ahead and getting a belief and a faith that you get to shine out. And I do thank the Holy Spirit. I believe in my heart we got that a little convoluted for you. I do apologize for anything that I was pulling up in there, but I do ask the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit only gives. We have a lot of communication for you, Michelle, and we do have a lot to say. Speaking here is a little bit challenging because I think there's a great bit more to accomplish than we can address in this format. But if you ever want to, if you would like to get a hold of me outside of here, thanks Holy Spirit at myyahoo.com. I thank the Holy Spirit. Hi, Sue. Sue says, will I increase my finances this year? I thank the Holy Spirit. Well, first thing I'm jumping to is I see a bag. It almost looks like a grocery bag, and it's got like gold coins with a dollar sign on them, and they're spilling over the side of the bag. So I think that's, to start with, that's a good thing to see. I do ask in the Holy Spirit's name, do we have? Yes, you will. I guess that's all I have there. I thank the Holy Spirit. Yes, you will. Hi, Monica. Monica says, may I get a message from my paternal grandfather, please? His name was Manuel. I never met him. I thank the Holy Spirit. Give this a moment. So interesting. I almost want to put it lightly but truly. I feel like he is having to actually dress himself in a form that resembles a grandfather because he's off being youthful, fun, playful, and he feels like it almost looks like he's literally putting on a grandfather look to come. Thank the Holy Spirit. Greetings from a paternal figure. You will savor coming to understand and trust is giving you a hand when you get up just a little bit better than you have yet. When we say up, we are not talking about worldly compliments. We mean in your faith. We are trusting that we can give you a counsel that will believably help you right away. Wow, what is this? I see, if you've seen those strips that like police will put down to end a car chase, there's strips, many of them, with the spikes up. Oh, it's pull tired. I thank the Holy Spirit. I have to get rid of being tired. And I thank this person, Manuel. Oh boy. He had me stand and turn around in my mind and look behind at who's behind us. Oh my gracious. There's a whole lot of people there. I'm asking him, are they here related to Monica? He's nodding. The words army of truth are coming forward. He says, we give you a hand noticing and understanding there are a ton of beings who believe in you, who have a knowing of you. They're clapping. He's sharing that this is a legacy that you feel a kinship connection with that actually matters. He wants you to feel as though you have a literal army on hand, on tap. He says on hand is better. And it feels as though they honestly feel like they can come in and serve your interests with a light heart, noticing that you may have to just come up just a little bit more to where you believe in the, what's the word you're giving me? Fortuitous experiences that happen to be mini miracles. So see it in your mind's eye. I notice what happens is I'm going to start experiencing things that seem like synchronicity, things that seem like just happenstance, but they happen to be in a better way than I thought they were going to turn out. Notice that and then recognize ancestors and start to notice a kinship feeling with each of these experiences. A little bit like I'm actually aligning to where I get to benefit from the trust that I have an ancestor connection that matters, and feel as though your grandfather is giving a very sort of very solemn nod, very solemn, and he's giving a feeling of, I champion that you allow all these folks, all these people to bless you with their presence whenever you are looking for counsel and guidance. Just notice that you have a legacy that will answer you. The trust is the only thing we need to work on somewhat, and he feels as though he can actually give you a hand guiding you that way. And you will notice something occurring, an experience happening that kind of eliminates at least a good measure of doubt or question about this. And it feels like it's rather soon. And I thank the Holy Spirit. And I ask your grandfather one last thing. Do we have another feeling to give to Monica? Get ready. A big idea is happening soon. And it occurs to me to spell it out for you. You're going to be arising. You're going to be arising. And I gather he means something very sweet and special at hand. And I thank the Holy Spirit. Hi, BD. BD says, I seem to have a lot of bad luck. Wow, why? I thank the Holy Spirit. I want to ask if you're present in the room, BD, am I able to get your approval to look in your Akashic record really quickly? Hi, I see you. May I have your permission to access your record? I want to check something right quick on this bad luck idea. All you have to do is say it's okay. I won't poke around. All right, thanks. All right, let's see. Are we locating? We do have your soul is requesting some assistance. So there's something that you would experience as being at soul level. And it is to do with your God spark. The God spark is like an umbilical cord that arises from right above our heart and connects us back to source. It essentially helps us feel like we're being in the light and in alignment with the truth and the light and the way. And it is really, really a happy thing to have in good shape. And we do have some feeling of a little bit of damage to your God spark. It would sort of be like you're attempting to create something and it feels like it's going in the right direction. And then because of that God spark, that source of vital force energy that we all have, because of it being connected where it doesn't need to be connected instead of only to the divine, it's like the energy is not responding the way that you like it to respond. So I'm narrowing down, worry. Worry. We have an energy of our God spark has some connection with worry, as in plugged in. It's connected to an idea that may have been fed to you through a belief system that has to do with caring less about who you really feel like you are and thinking you're supposed to become someone you're not really meant to be. And I believe in my heart you probably have an idea that has something to do with how we're instructed on the nature and purpose of life. And it feels like you got some instruction that feels out of sync with who you really are. And how I feel about that is essentially this. You're letting yourself believe that I'm doing things and bad things are happening to me. And it may be a little bit more along the lines of, I am not really comfortable in my own skin the way I have believed I'm supposed to be. So I'm making it feel like bad things are happening because I just want to keep reinforcing I'm not feeling the way I'm meant to feel. And I do want to help you a little bit better with that. Is there something else we can look at with that? There is one other, a little more than one, but we'll just look at one right now. Kind of trying to remember everyone's time. An illusion. Now, illusions, I don't know if I've covered this enough for everybody to have a grasp on them, but illusions are ideas that exist in our world around us that are very pervasive because they're reinforced by a lot of societal structures and belief systems and a whole lot of how people see the world. And we kind of have trouble escaping from them because they're so subtle. In this case, the illusion is one that we've had come up a whole lot lately. I think it's a major one having to be confronted in a whole lot of the world. It is an illusion of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Now, here's the problem with that. When we hold that kind of feeling in us, it almost causes us to feel like we've got a reason to experience hardship. We have a reason to accept that a necessary rough experience is occurring so that we get stronger, so that we have more metal to show. And I don't know why it keeps coming up, but it's coming up all the time these days. And I feel like we're trying to help to remind this world the minds that we are in are aspects of divinity. And when we are actually having aspects of divinity, believing things in a serious way, they influence how we experience our lives. We've got to let ourselves command our minds a little bit better and a little bit more to create in our heart this understanding. I do not have any other hard experiences ahead. And I want to start by caring about it this much. Is there any certain thing that is causing bad luck for BD? It is that one illusion. And is it in the mental? It's in the emotional body. I'm getting that it was acquired as a child. Something to do with approval. And a hard feeling. My dear, I've got an energy of wanting to investigate more in your record, and I'm not really capable of doing it because we've already run over time. I'm not capable of doing it right now. But I will tell you, I have a feeling towards you that is you're of a lighter soul, a lighter spiritual origin than this world. This world is accustomed to housing. And I think that you're coming here and finding this world has edges and bumps and heavy stuff. And I think it feels like it's hard to find your footing here. And I want to acknowledge that I'm not entirely sure of it, but I kind of feel like you are from somewhere that is a lot lighter. I'm being told I have time to check. I hope Debra is okay with that. I think you're from a world that is more accustomed to the mind having a lot more command about how things are experienced. And I want to just put in your mind and your heart the first step. If you notice something that feels like that was bad luck, that was unfortunate, you want to tell yourself, okay, that which does not kill me makes me stronger. No, no more of that. I am not needing any more experiences to strengthen me or toughen me up. I'm not needing any more experiences to make me feel scared to have something new happen. And I want you to embrace the feeling that we're going to analyze less. We're going to ask the final word be from the Holy Spirit. Realize that you strengthened yourself a whole lot. And the problem is you don't actually enjoy being present in that form of being this strong person who isn't ever really at peace and comfort in herself. We want you to come to that place of peace and comfort with yourself and celebrate having a better feeling about this world than you've gotten to yet. You can help define a world that feels a little bit more in attunement with who you really are simply by beginning with this thought. I create a new concept of trust that there is no such thing as luck at all. Everything is happening for a reason. I reject the reasons that are about having to become stronger or tougher or scareder or meaner or any of that. I embrace only the ideas that allow me to become more happy, more peaceful, more comfortable, more celebratory of the Holy Spirit and of life. And I thank you so much for your question. And I resolve to have a clearer understanding if we get a chance to talk outside of here, which is thanks, Holy Spirit, at myyahoo.com if you'd care to reach out.
I love that. It is tough to be on planet Earth when you're originating from a different planet.
Feels like it.
And we need to talk about that more, because I think I've got a lot of people here that are not from this planet. It is a quarter after.
It's almost time to feed some mice.
That's what I figured. So I'm sorry for the people that I couldn't get to today. It's I know she's very popular, and we don't want to cut off Spirit once she's on a roll. So some of the messages can go along, but it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. And we're back here again. Excuse me, trying to adjust something here. Back here to next Sunday, every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. East Coast. And I really appreciate you being here. Everybody, mean the world to us. Absolutely the world to us. And we will see you next time. Y'all the best.
Everybody.